He once accurately predicted that a computer would beat a person in chess. At the time, it seemed just impossible. Now he has another forecast for our future, this time about when robots will become smarter than all of us. Setting your calendar for the rise of the machines. Next. So when will the robots be smarter than the humans? Well, by 2029. That's according to Artificial Intelligence Director, who happens to be Google's Director of Engineering. He should know. He has a good track record when it comes to forecasting the future. He also predicted that a computer would beat a person at chess and that we'd have a World Wide Web long before we had one. Now he says we're about 15 years from a future with machines becoming conscious and smarter than the most intelligent of all us people. Let's take a look at some of the robots and what they have done to us so far. This first robot to embarrass us, it was Garry Kasparov, so I'm not even sure that it's a bad thing. At any rate, Deep Blue, the artificial intelligence program that challenged the chess legend Garry Kasparov back in 1996, he won that battle, but he lost a rematch, and now we can't compete at all. This is one of the early generations of the Mars rover. You got a fleet of space rovers now. This is the Sojourner that got to the Red Planet back in '97. And then remember Ken, right? More recently, we've seen some strong computers go against people, like IBM's Watson here. It defeated the Jeopardy champion Ken Jennings back in 2011. There's also Google's self-driving car, of course, which they can obviously use those as weapons against us eventually, the computers I mean. And let's not forget the artificial intelligence that's already in many of our pockets, Siri, who is annoying, and often gets things wrong. But she's there, or he's there, depending. Let's bring in Kennedy. She's the host of The Independents on the Fox Business Network, the new Fox Business Network.
That's right.
Whole new lineup.
Relaunch better than ever.
Man, you got to get over and check that out. Bartiromo's over here now,
yeah,
you know?
she is.
She's there in the
Bringing
morning.
it.
It's very good stuff. So the computers are taking over, and that's fine with you?
I'm actually not so worried about it. I mean, I'm one of those people that thinks that we should embrace technology. This is inevitable. What are we going to do? Go back to a pre-agrarian society and live in caves? That doesn't seem to make much sense. And, you know, once technology advances, you can't just stop it. It is the evolution of human thought will become the evolution of supercomputers and machines and robots. And the only thing we can do is really work with them and become part machine ourselves. I think that's a very sexy and intriguing idea.
Becoming part machine.
Yes.
And a lot of us already are. I mean, think prosthetics, think all kinds of modern miracles that have come along, but becoming one with the machines is a little creepy, isn't it?
It is creepy, but if you love sci-fi, you have to let your mind wander. And when people think about artificial intelligence, their minds wander to the darkest of places. And we think about good versus evil. We think about us versus them. And maybe those are human constructs. Maybe those are things that we cling to that won't exist when machines are in charge. And I think that human beings are so speciest that we want to be the overlords.
Of course we do.
And that's the most terrifying thing, is to see that, but, you know, think how sharks feel.
Oh, they must. I haven't talked to any of them lately, but I'm sure it's a difficult life. Google Glass is getting us close.
Yes.
I mean, there'll come a time very soon, if everyone wears Google Glass or whatever, that everything will be recorded, and the government will then be able to just back it up, figure out who did what, and then shoot us with a drone from the sky.
That's the most worrisome thing, is that the government is going to step in and try and regulate artificial intelligence, because I think that could be the recipe for disaster. Because when you have government and machines colluding, then we're going to be in real trouble.
We never thought about the fact that we can be tracked with these great devices that help us so much in life. That wasn't a consideration when I first went out and bought the first BlackBerry or the first iPhone. It never really occurred to me, but I guarantee you it occurred to them. You know, as a conspiracy theorist myself from time to time, that these things are in our hands and they're cheap enough for most everybody to have seems to me no accident.
Yeah, this is what's on the market. Think of what's happening 6 generations ahead. Think of the people who program these devices. They know exactly what they're capable of, and there are very few of them.
So if there were a machine part for you, what would be the one you would want first?
I would want an even bigger heart, Shep.
Oh, wouldn't you?
So I could adore the world and all the children.
Oh, my God. Realistically speaking, your heart is as big as it's going to get. What else?
Oh, then I would want, I'd want faster legs and better lung capacity.
Right. And I guess everybody will be able to have all of those things.
Yeah, so when your parts start to wear down, instead of sinking into a deep depression, you just get new ankles. Like, you got plantar fasciitis, no worries, we'll sand off the bottom of your feet and put robot parts in.
And who pays for all of that?
Well, the government, of course. Obamacare, it's going to pay for everything.
Well, I'm looking
Robot parts and new healthcare plan.
That sounds wonderful.
Oh,
Sign me
sure.
up. See you, Kennedy.
Thanks, Shep.
All right.